of mobiles should be decreased and concentrate on our studies. More than half yearly exams are approaching. It will begin from 5th onwards. 5th onwards. I have already sent you the timetable, schedule. Do your revisions very well. Read the whole textbook and do the exams. Okay. Now let us come to Andrew Manson, page number 65. Yesterday we had seen that something is going to happen that night. Something is going to happen that night. And Dr. Andrew Manson could not foresee, pre-monitor, could not foresee that some great achievement, some great progress, a better future is going to be seen in his life. There we stop. The two men walked in silence. Andrew and Joe Morgan walked in silence until they reached the door number 12, Blaina Terrace. Then Joe drew up short. I will not come in. I will not. He stopped there. Joe Morgan stopped there, drew up. He stopped there and he said to the doctor, I will not come in. I will not come up. I will not enter. Come in, enter. Come in is a phrasal verb, meaning is enter. I will not enter the house, he said, and his voice showed signs of strain, signs of tension. But man, I know you will do well for us. But man, but doctor, here man is doctor, but doctor, I know you will do everything good for us. Can you tell me another phrase for that? But man, I know you will do well for us. Can you say a simple sentence?
I believe you.
I trust you. I not believe. I trust you. Doctor, I trust you. I trust you. Inside, a narrow staircase led up to a small bedroom, clean but poorly furnished. It was clean but not much furnished, and lit only by an oil lamp. There was only an oil lamp there. Here, Mrs. Morgan's mother, underline, Mrs. Morgan's mother. How is she? A tall, gray-haired woman of nearly 70. What is the difference between gray hair and white hair? What is the difference between gray hair and white hair? You can look at me. Nevin, what is the difference between gray hair and white hair?
Gray hair and white hair.
Meenakshi? Gauri? Gray hair and white hair, what is the difference between? Achu? Anyone come up?
The gray hair is not white. The gray hair is not white.
And the gray hair turned to white. Who said that?
Me.
Me means?
Is it?
Nevin. Aishwarya, what did you say?
I was about to say that grey hair is not completely white. It has black hair.
Oh, grey hair is not completely white. Some black shade will be there. Anybody else? Any more clarifications? Shivani, any idea? Grey hair and white hair?
Actually, we don't say white hair.
That is the right answer. Both are same. In good English, we won't say, oh, that means you are a great Englishman, isn't it? Achu? Okay. So he is coming from UK. Okay. Okay, very good, very good. So, in English, we say grey hair. We don't use the term white hair. In Malayalam, what we say? Vellamudi? No, what we say? Narachamudi. Isn't it? Am I right? In Malayalam, people say not Vellamudi, Narachamudi. That is grey hair. That is a correct translation of English word. So youngsters do not know the meaning, but the older people learned English from British people. That is why they said in Malayalam, Narachamudi. Clear now? And we ignorant people say Vellamudi, white hair. Clear now? I just say, have a word of fun. You see, I said a word of fun, but clear English is grey hair, and in Malayalam, people say Narachamudi. That is a real translation of grey hair. Though it is in Malayalam, we use white hair. That is wrong. Clear now? Okay. Just to have your knowledge. To have your knowledge, I just go. These are not for much for examination purpose. So you have to know it in your English. So, grey-haired woman of nearly 70 and the stout, strong, healthy, elderly midwife. Usually midwife will be very stout and healthy because she has to struggle with the pregnant lady during the time of delivery. So she is stout. Midwife, nurse. Midwife is nurse. Elderly midwife waited beside the patient. Who is the patient? Mrs. Jo Morgan. Beside the patient, watching Andrew's expression as he moved about the room. So Dr. Andrew entered the room and saw the situation. And he was walking there. So, elderly midwife and the mother both were watching him, what he is going to say. What is his command? Let me make you a cup of tea, doctor? Dr. Batchelor? Said the former. Who is the former? Mother. Former here is mother, the first one. Quickly, after a few moments. So, doctor came inside the room. This is very simple novel type. So, we have to read and just go through. There is no much. Wherever it is needed, I will go through. So, dramatically, you have to understand this lesson. So, doctor came and he was walking back and forth inside the room, and both the ladies were watching him. After a moment, mother asked, Doctor, shall I have a cup of tea? Andrew smiled faintly. Faintly here means weakly. He was weak because he was tired. He saw that the old woman, wise in experience, realized there must be a period of waiting that. So, Andrew was practical. He realized the old lady, mother, she is an old lady. And she has a number of experiences. giving birth to many children. That is the meaning there. You see, realize there, wise in experience, underline. Wise in experience. Realize, doctor realize there must be a period of waiting for delivery. Waiting for delivery. So, our Dr. Andrew is just passed out. It may be his first operation, first patient. But he says, mother asked me, have a cup of tea. Why? She is an experienced lady. By giving birth to hundreds of children, maybe tens of children, maybe more than 2-3 children. She has good experience. And she might have realized, she might have understood that for the delivery, there is much more time is there. There is much more time. So there is at least a gap of making a tea and drinking it. That much time is there. She was afraid he could leave the case, saying he would return later. She was afraid he could leave the case. He would return later. Don't fret, mother. I will not run away. I will not run away. So you see the psychology students, psychological situation here. The doctor was brought from urgency. And when he reached here, he sees there is some more time for delivery. And mother might have understood, seeing this gap of time, the doctor may go back his room and he would say, I will come after half an hour. Clear now? In order to avoid, follow my words, in order to avoid this answer from the doctor, or in order to keep the doctor at home, the mother used a technique. I will give you a cup of tea. So that till the tea is drunk, the doctor will not go back. This was a practical technique used by the experienced mother to keep the doctor at home, to stop the doctor to go back. This is psychological treatment. The mother made it. Psychology friends, do you follow me? Apply this. This is applied psychology. Understood? So, then doctor said, don't fret. Don't be afraid. Don't be tensed, ma. Don't be tensed. I will not run away. I will not go back. You shall not take worry of taking a cup of tea. I will not go back. Down in the kitchen, he drank the tea which she gave him. Overwrought as he was, overwrought, being nervous, like our Albert Einstein, isn't it? A nervous patient. You have to relate all these things. That class, do you remember? In this way, you have to correlate each and every word. When you studied overwrought as being nervous, you have to read like that. Oh, Albert Einstein was overwrought. So use the word in the sentence. In this way, the vocabulary will be kept inside the brain. Overwrought as he was, because the doctor was also tense. He knew he could not snatch even an hour's sleep. He could not sleep. He was very busy. If he went home, he knew too that the case here would demand all his attention. Underline. Here he understood that here presence was very important. A queer lethargy of spirit came upon him, a feeling of tiredness, queer lethargy of spirit, a feeling of tiredness came upon him. He decided to remain until everything was over. So there he decided, whatever be there, I am tired. Still, I will be here till the whole process, the delivery is over. An hour later, he went upstairs again. He was in the kitchen there. He went upstairs again, noted the progress made, came down once more, sat by the kitchen fire. So he went up and saw what is going on, and he came back. It was still, except for the rustle of a cinder in the grate and the slow tick-tock of the wall clock. You see, it was silent. When he was sitting inside the kitchen, there was no sound except the rustle of the cinder in the grate. What is rustle? Rustle? Rustle is the sound of leaves, isn't it? The breaking sound. Here, rustle of cinder, meaning the sound of the coal, cracking. You see, it is a cold. Attend here. First you have to understand. In previous classes, we have studied mantelpiece. I have referred in the class. Mantelpiece. Do you remember, Nandana? What is mantelpiece? Adim, what is mantelpiece? Anyone? Mantelpiece, Punya. What is mantelpiece? Mantle. If you go to, not a based on lesson, if you go to outside and ask drunkards, one who drink more, if you ask them what is mantle, they will tell what mantle is. Achu? Mantle is representing? Tell man. For them, you don't know. Why? You should know it. Mantle represents what? Anyone? I am talking about common man's language.
Drunkards.
No.
What's the
if you ask,
I don't understand. Mantelpiece.
Mantelpiece is a word. I told that is another word. I want to refer it with a practical knowledge. If you go to a drunkard, one who drinks too much, a poor man, not illiterate man, illiterate drunkard, and ask him, what is mantle? He says, after drinking too much alcohol, the mantle is damaged. Now you will get the meaning. He will tell the lungs. For him, lungs is the mantle. Lungs is the mantle. It will affect his lungs. Lungs is the life-giving organ. Am I right? Oxygen, isn't it? Lungs is the life-giving organ of a human being. So the meaning is that if you drinks alcohol too much, your lungs will be spoiled. Now I ask the biology students, what is the shape of a lungs? Pair of lungs. Biology students, sitting in my friends, I am a literature student. I want to learn from you. Otherwise, I will call Divya Miss. What is the shape of a lungs, pair of lungs? Nobody. Meenakshi? Oh. Nobody. Radhakrishnan? You are a designer, fashion designer, so you should know it. Naureen? Michael, what is the shape of lungs? It is a blown balloon, isn't it? It is in the shape of two blown balloons. Practically, you should think. Oh, these biology students and biomath students are thinking that they are the brilliant people, so they think seriously. I am asking simple questions to understand literature. Have you heard about Petromax? Oh, you are living with electric lights and LED lights. You go and ask your grandparents, what is Petromax? Petromax is a
Kerosene or petrol lamp.
using kerosene and pumped into a net. Am I right? In a kettle, in a lamp, the kerosene is pumped and it is coming to a small needle, a hole, and it is making the net hung there wet. And we light the net. The net will burn and that will become a furnace. That will become a bulb. That net is known as mantle of Petromax. I give you the clues. You can get details from your grandparents. So that net is known as mantle of Petromax. Now we come to house. Mantelpiece. So from this you get a clue. Mantelpiece is a thing that produces some kind of fire. Clear now? Fire. So in European countries, in the common room, there would be mantelpiece. A place where a furnace is made. A grill is kept, on which coal will be kept, and that coal will be burning whole day. Its smoke will go through the chimney, and the coal will burn, and its heat will spread to all rooms, and that heat will make the whole room warm. Natural air conditioner. This place is known as mantelpiece. The place where the coal is burned inside the room to make the room warm. That is mantelpiece. Now let us come to the textbook. I have spent a lot of time. The rustle of a cinder in the grate. The rustle, the sound of breaking cinder in the grate, the coal kept in the metal grill was there. Simple. I have taken too much time in order to make you understand general understanding. That I can simply read and go. So here the rustle of a cinder in the grate and the slow tick tock of the wall clock was there. The room was in pin drop silence, and there was two sounds. He could hear the sound of the clock, tick, tick, the sound of the pendulum. He could hear. And another sound, at times, there would be a sound of the breaking of the coal. When the coal is burning, the wood will break. Then there would be a sound, tuck, tuck, like that sound. That is what is called rustle of a cinder in the grate and the slow tick-tock of the wall clock. I think you have understood. Now you have understood what is the mantle of a human being? Clearly, the mantle of the human being is the lungs. What is the mantle of a Petromax? You understood. Now what is the mantelpiece in a house? Three mantle. Spelling is same. Spelling is same. M-A-N-T-L-E. Mantle. Three. One word, three meanings I told you. First meaning you should not write anywhere else. Mantle of human being is lungs. Don't write anywhere else. I gave you just common man's knowledge. No, there was another sound. The beat of Morgan's footsteps. So, other than these two sounds, there was one more sound. The beat of Morgan's footsteps. Morgan was walking to and fro outside the room. As he paced, as he walked in the street outside. The old woman opposite him sat in her black dress, quite motionless, silent. Her eyes strangely alive and was. So this is now at present. The rest we will see tomorrow. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome.